Imagine in March 2003 in a small village in Iraq, under the cover of darkness, a mysterious man is hiding in an underground hole. The entrance above him is covered with a piece of foam. Suddenly, all the street lights in the village go out. Soon after, hundreds of American soldiers surround the entire village. One of the soldiers finds a rope near the hole, leading to a concealed hatch. They prepare to throw grenades in once the hatch is open. But at that moment, everyone stops in shock. Two hands emerge from the hole. Then a bearded man climbs out, raises his hands and says, "My name is Saddam Hussein. I am the president of Iraq, and I want to negotiate." Seeing this, the American soldiers capture him immediately. Then US President George W. Bush joyfully announces, "Ladies and gentlemen, we got him." You may have heard the story of Saddam Hussein's hideout through countless short videos or memes floating around the internet. Or perhaps you believe you already know the full story. But I can assure you you've never heard the complete version. Because this story was hidden from the world for years. So in this video we will tell you how Saddam Hussein was ruthlessly captured from a secret underground hideout and later executed. The United States and its allies began their mission to capture Saddam Hussein in March 2003 when they invaded Iraq. US President George W. Bush made an announcement, "My fellow citizens, the United States and our coalition forces have begun military operations against Iraq to disarm them, to liberate their people, and to protect the world from grave danger." The US formed a coalition to remove Saddam Hussein from power, claiming that he was secretly stockpiling weapons of mass destruction, WMDs. But to this day that claim has never been proven true. Yet at the time, President Bush publicly declared with confidence that Saddam Hussein had developed massive stockpiles of weapons. Later, this turned out to be false. After American forces entered Iraq, they found no such weapons. This led to a growing sense of disappointment within the US military. The war moved swiftly. American and Allied forces advanced rapidly toward Baghdad, the capital of Iraq. Shockingly, Baghdad fell to US forces in just 3 weeks. But Saddam Hussein was still nowhere to be found. After the fall of Baghdad, American troops gathered in front of a massive statue of Saddam Hussein in the city center and declared victory. They raised the American flag there, which sparked outrage among the Iraqi people who understood that this was the beginning of an occupation. The Americans quickly replaced it with the Iraqi flag. Still, Saddam Hussein remained out of sight. Tracking down Saddam and his top officials became the primary mission for the US military. To assist in this, a special deck of playing cards was created, featuring the 52 most wanted figures of Saddam's regime. These cards included photos of top officials to help US soldiers identify them easily. Saddam Hussein was at the very top of that list. His 2 sons, Uday and Qusay, followed next. American forces carried out relentless operations to find him. Months passed. Still, there was no trace of Saddam's whereabouts. Eventually, the US government announced a reward of $15 million for information leading to the capture of Uday and Qusay and $25 million for Saddam Hussein himself. This was an enormous incentive. US forces remained hopeful that they would catch him soon. Time passed. Then one day, tempted by the multi-million-dollar reward, a man went to a US military base in Mosul and claimed that he had given shelter to Saddam's sons Uday and Qusay. Although skeptical, American forces launched a raid on the man's home the next day. To their surprise, they found Uday and Qusay hiding there. However, the two refused to surrender peacefully. A fierce gunfight broke out. More US troops were called in, and the intensity of the attack increased. In the end, both brothers were brutally killed. Still, even after the death of his sons, there was no information about Saddam Hussein's whereabouts. Was he alive or dead? Shortly after losing his sons, Saddam Hussein released an audio tape, expressing grief over their deaths. This tape served as confirmation that he was still alive, and it provided US forces with a vital new lead. Yes, this incident proved that Saddam was still alive. The US government then raised the reward again, announcing a $30 million bounty for anyone who could provide information about his location. The large prize motivated many Iraqis to share secret information with American forces. Eventually, some of Saddam Hussein's personal bodyguards and close associates also provided critical details about where he might be hiding. According to this intel, Saddam was hiding in a small village called Ad-Dar. The U.S. military quickly launched an operation in this village. They inspected 2 farmhouses, but initially they found nothing. Then, a man named Mohammed Ibrahim pointed to a small concealed hatch in the ground. Saddam Hussein was hiding there. And that's how Saddam Hussein was finally captured. U.S. soldiers managed to take him alive. President George W. Bush made the official announcement, "We got him." This marked the end of Saddam Hussein's long evasion, making it one of the most dramatic hidden events in modern history. But sadly, even after Saddam Hussein was captured, the war in Iraq did not end. In fact, the country continued to spiral further into destruction. And today, we all know the condition Iraq is in. Though the US and its allies claimed they captured and executed Saddam Hussein for the safety of the world, their reasons have since been exposed as false before the eyes of the world. And Iraq was left in ruins.